Good morning students. In this lecture 21st of electronics, we will study advantages of negative feedback. So, we have already studied in our previous lectures that when we apply negative feedback, then the gain of the amplifier, it decreases by a factor of 1 upon 1 plus A beta. And what is the closed loop gain, which is the gain of the amplifier with feedback? It is AF, and it is equal to 1 upon A plus A beta times the internal gain of the amplifier, and this is also known as open loop gain of the amplifier. Actually, this is the gain of the amplifier without feedback. So now you can see on applying negative feedback, the gain decreases. Even then we use negative feedback. Why? Because it has various advantages. And what are those advantages? We will study all those advantages one by one in detail. So here is the list of advantages of negative feedback in case of amplifier. So first is this negative feedback, it makes gain of the amplifier stable. It stabilizes the gain. How? We'll see later in detail. And second advantage is it reduces non-linear distortion. Actually, without the application of negative feedback, along with the desired output, there is also a part of distorted voltage, and on applying negative feedback, the amount of that distorted output in the desired output decreases. So it reduces the nonlinear distortion. Then there is also noise output along with the desired output at the output of the amplifier. So on applying negative feedback, this noise portion in the output, it also reduces. So it reduces the output noise. Then it improves the frequency response. It makes gain independent of feedback or independent of frequency. It makes gain independent of frequency. So it improves the frequency response of the amplifier to the signals of various frequencies. Then it reduces distortion in phase. Then it modifies the input impedance. As we have already seen that there may be two types of connections in case of input and output: parallel, shunt or series. Shunt connections decreases the impedance and series connections increases the impedance. So by doing so, this negative feedback, it modifies the input impedance as well as the output impedance, and it also increases the bandwidth. Suppose the amplifier, it gives response to signals in particular signals of particular frequency in particular frequency range. It increases that range, this negative feedback. So it increases the bandwidth. Now we will discuss all the advantages of negative feedback one by one in detail. So first one is gain stability, that how the negative feedback in case of amplifiers makes the gain of the amplifier stable. So here I have drawn a power gain of various different transistors with feedback and without feedback. Here you can see these dots. All these dots represent the power gain of different transistors. And here you can see the power gain of this transistor is higher, then this is quite lower, then again higher, then lower, then again quite high, then lower. So this is the power gain of various different transistors without feedback. And here you can see the variation in gain is quite large. If you change the transistor, the gain varies. The variation in the gain is large. But this curve B, here you can see again the dots. These are the dots of the power gain of various different transistors with feedback. So here when you change the transistor, when you move from one transistor to another, then from second to third, third to fourth, you can see that the variation in gain is quite small with the negative feedback. So this negative feedback, it stabilizes the gain. It decreases the variation in the gain when you move from one transistor to another transistor. Now the gain, it doesn't depend upon the transistor we use. So here you can see that gain in curve B, it is more stable than gain in curve A and is less dependent on the transistor which we are using. So the gain in curve B is the gain with feedback, and the gain in curve A, it is the gain without feedback. This is without feedback and this is with feedback. So now we'll discuss this mathematically. So we know that gain with feedback, gain of the amplifier with feedback, it is known as closed loop gain, and it is denoted by AF, and its relation with internal gain is A upon 1 plus A beta. And if we make this A beta very greater than 1, then this 1 can be ignored as compared to A beta. So then we will have A upon A beta. A and A will be cancelled out, and then the gain of the amplifier with feedback, it will just depend upon the feedback factor beta. Now here next step is to take natural log of equation 1, which is the relation between AF and A. So here I have taken the natural log of equation 1, then solve this. Here we have natural log of closed loop gain AF, it is equal to log m by n, it is equal to log m minus log n. So log A minus natural log of 1 plus A beta, and suppose this is equation 3rd. Now differentiate this equation 3rd on both sides, and when we will differentiate this equation on both sides, what will we get? Natural log of x. What is the differentiation of natural log of x? It is 1 by x into dx. So here what will be the differentiation of natural log of AF? It will be 1 upon AF into DAF. Differentiation of natural log of x is 1 upon x into dx. So differentiation of natural log AF will be 1 upon AF into DAF. Similarly, it will be equal to, what will be the differentiation of natural log A? It will be 1 by A into dA, minus differentiation of this will be again 1 by 1 upon 1 plus A beta into differentiation of 1 plus A beta. And what will be the differentiation of this 1 plus A beta? It will be, here we will write this down, dAF by AF, it is equal to dA by A minus 1 upon 1 plus A beta. And what will be the differentiation of this? Differentiation of 1, as it is constant, it will be 0, plus beta is also constant, so differentiation of A will be dA. So here we'll have beta dA. Now next step is to, here we have dA by A, here we have dA, but in the denominator we don't have separate A, that we can take common. So multiply and divide by A in the second term on right hand side. Multiply and divide this second term on right hand side by A, and what we will get? dAF by AF, it is equal to dA by A minus A beta dA. Here we have multiplied it and then divide it also. So now you can see in the both of the terms on the right hand side we have dA by A and dA by A. So take it common and you will have it is equal to dA by A, take it common, and inside the bracket we have 1 minus A beta upon 1 plus A beta. Now in the next step, take LCM on the right hand side. So we have DAF by AF. It is equal to dA by A 1 plus A beta minus A beta divided by 1 plus A beta. So this plus A beta and minus A beta will be cancelled out. And what we have? DAF by AF, it is equal to dA by A divided by 1 plus A beta. And now move this dA by A to this side and to left hand side. What you will get? DAF by AF divided by dA by A, it is equal to 1 upon 1 plus A beta. So we have derived this equation and suppose this as equation A. What is this DAF by AF? This is the fractional change in the gain in the closed loop gain. Means it is the fractional change in the gain of the amplifier with negative feedback. And what is this? This is the fractional change in the internal gain, or you can say that fractional change in the open loop gain of the amplifier without feedback. And the ratio of these two, it is known as sensitivity gain. So what is the sensitivity gain, or what is the sensitivity of any amplifier? It is the ratio of the fractional change in gain of the amplifier with negative feedback to the fractional change in gain of the amplifier without feedback. This is known as sensitivity. So here you can see that this sensitivity gain S, it is equal to 1 upon 1 plus A beta. So this sensitivity, it is inversely proportional to beta. Sensitivity gain S, it is inversely proportional to feedback factor beta. It means as you will increase beta, means you are increasing negative feedback. And if you are increasing negative feedback, then 1 plus A beta factor, it will also increase. Means this denominator, it is increasing. It means S will decrease. Means sensitivity will decrease. And if this sensitivity will decrease, it is directly proportional to fractional change in gain with negative feedback. It means on applying negative feedback, fractional change in gain or fractional change in closed loop gain will be small. So this implies DAF by AF, it is small. Means gain becomes stable. If the fractional change in gain with feedback is small, that means gain has become stable on applying negative feedback. So sensitivity has decreased. And there is one more term to this, that is reciprocal of this sensitivity gain. Reciprocal of this sensitivity gain, it is denoted by D and it is known as desensitivity. It is known as desensitivity. And what will be this desensitivity? It is the reciprocal of sensitivity, that is S, and this S we have derived is equal to 1 upon 1 plus A beta. It means this desensitivity will be equal to 1 plus A beta. So here also this desensitivity, it is directly proportional to beta. What is beta? It is feedback factor. More will be the feedback, more will be this value of this feedback factor. So on increasing the negative feedback to the input of the amplifier, this beta will increase, and if beta will increase, then this desensitivity will increase. If desensitivity of the gain is increasing, means gain has become desensitive to the feedback. It means it will not change. And if the gain, it will not change or it will slightly change, it means it has become stable on applying negative feedback. So when beta will increase, then this increase in beta, it will increase desensitivity, and this desensitivity, it is the reciprocal of sensitivity. So sensitivity will decrease, and if sensitivity will decrease, it is directly proportional to this fractional change in gain of the amplifier with the negative feedback. So it will also decrease. It means the fractional change in gain will become small with feedback. Means gain becomes stable with negative feedback. Now we'll discuss numericals related to this first application, first advantage. It is given that we have an amplifier having a voltage gain of 200 without feedback. So this is the gain without feedback, means this is the value of A. So A is given open loop gain, it is equal to 200, and when negative feedback is applied, having beta is equal to feedback factor beta, it is equal to 0.25, then this normal gain means then this A, it changes by 10%. Means this 10% is the fractional change in this gain, normal gain A. So when feedback factor beta of 0.25 is applied, then this normal gain means open loop gain, it changes by 10%. So what will be the fractional change in A? dA by A, it is given that it is equal to 10%. Means 10 by 100, 0 and 0 will be cancelled out, so we have 0.1. So this dA by A, it is 0.1. And what we have to calculate? We have to calculate small change in gain with feedback. Means we have to calculate this dAf by AF with feedback. So what is the formula? We have just derived that dAf by AF, it is equal to dA by A upon 1 plus A beta. So put the value of dA by A, it is 0.1 divided by 1 plus the value of A is 200 into the value of beta is 0.25. So you will multiply this 0.25 with 200, then add 1 to this, then divide this 0.1 by that denominator, and you will get the value of this dAf by AF. And it comes out to be 0.0019. Solve this by yourself. And these numericals are from this chapter. They are very, very important. Now next numerical is a variation of plus minus 20% is expected for an amplifier with an internal gain 200. So internal gain, again it is given A is equal to 200, and one more thing which is given, that there is a variation of plus minus 20% in this internal gain. Means dA by A is given and it is plus minus 20%. So reduce this value into a normal value, remove this percentage. How? 20% means 20 by 100. So it is plus minus 0.2. Then what is given? How can this change be reduced to plus minus 2%? We know that the fractional change in gain is reduced only on applying negative feedback. It means this plus minus 2% is the fractional change in closed loop gain. It is plus minus 2%, means plus minus 2 upon 100. So this is plus minus 0.02. It means how much negative feedback or beta is needed to change this fractional change from 0.2 to 0.02. So we have to find the value of beta. So how? We have this relation. We know that DAF by AF, it is equal to DA by A upon 1 plus A beta. So put the values here. Here we have plus minus 0.02. It is equal to plus minus 0.2 divided by 1 plus 200 beta. So here we have 0.02 divided by 0.2. It is 1 upon 1 plus 200 beta. Now take its reciprocal to move this to the numerator. So take reciprocal on both sides. You will get 0.2 upon 0.02. It is 1 plus 200 beta. And here we will have 2 by 10 divided by 2 by 100. So this 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. This 0 and 0 will be cancelled out. And here we will have 10. And it is equal to 1 plus 200 beta. Move this 1 to this side and you will get 10 minus 1, 9 by 200. It is equal to beta. So then beta will be, divide this 9 by 200, you will get the desired value of beta. This will be the answer. So this much negative feedback will be required to change this fractional, to reduce this fractional gain of plus minus 20% to plus minus 2%. So now in the last numerical of this topic, we have given the overall gain of negative feedback amplifier is 80. It means the value of closed loop gain is given AF, it is equal to 80. And its variation is also given, that is 1 plus minus 1%. Means DAF by AF, it is also given, and it is plus minus 1%, means plus minus 1 by 100. So it is plus minus 0.01. And then we have given that the variation in the open loop gain, or you can say that internal gain, is 10%. And what is internal gain or open loop gain? It is A. So the fractional change in A, it is 10%, means it will be 10 by 100. So it is equal to 0.1. And what we have to calculate is beta and A. And this is also plus minus 10%. So here we have plus minus 10%. So we know the relation between fractional change in gain with feedback and without feedback. What is that? It is DAF by AF. It is equal to DA by A upon 1 plus A beta. What is the value of DAF by AF? It is 0.01. It is equal to, this is 0.1 divided by 1 plus A beta. So from here we will calculate the value of 1 plus A beta. And then we will use that value of 1 plus A beta to calculate A. And then we will calculate beta. So see how. Here we will have 1 by 100, 1 by 10. And here we will have 1 by 100. So it is equal to 10. So the value of 1 plus A beta, it is equal to 10. And suppose this as equation 1. Suppose this as equation 1. And now what is the relation between AF and A? It is AF, it is equal to A upon 1 plus A beta. AF is given, which is 80. And we have to calculate A upon 1 plus A beta from equation 1, it is 10. So the value of A is 80 into 10, it is 800. So we have calculated A, and now we have to calculate beta. So put this value of A in equation 1, and what you will get? 1 plus 800 beta, it is equal to 10. Then move this one to this side and it will be 800 beta is equal to 9, means beta will be 9 by 800. So divide this 9 by 800 and you will get the desired value of beta, which is required to reduce the fractional change in gain from 10% to 1%. So this is all about the gain stability.